Engineer. Okay, we have engineering students as well, engineers as well, rather. All right, all right. I think we have got a good, very good, uh, you know, uh, students today uh, uh, with very wide background. A chartered accountant currently working in an MNC. Hi, Nidhi. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to Northstar. Today, in this very exciting webinar, I'm going to take you through some of the global opportunities that you can grab today. These opportunities are actually really good and doing quite good in the industry today, very well recognized for your quick career progression. In this webinar, I'm also going to be taking a lot of questions from you. So in case you have any questions that you wanted to ask somebody from the industry, somebody who has in-depth understanding of these professional courses, you are welcome to ask all of it right today in this webinar. But before we get started, let me very briefly introduce myself today. My name is M. Irfat. I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a CMA. I'm a CPA. I'm also CMA UK. In addition, I hold multiple other qualifications in finance and management accounting from across the world. I've been training students for over 2 decades now, and I've taught thousands of students in my very long teaching career. I have also had a very long professional corporate experience. My last job was with one of the world's largest oil company, where I worked as a finance manager. And today, I am going to take you on a very big, very important value addition in your career. I'm going to talk about CMA and CPA. I'm sure most of you are quite aware of this and are looking for progression in your career. Otherwise, on a Sunday afternoon, who attends a webinar? And we have a lot of students attending today's webinar. So definitely, there is something you are all looking out for. And I assure you, you are not going to get disappointed because you are going to get everything that you had been looking out for. Let's get started. Become a CMA, CPA in your very first attempt. Is it possible? Answer is, let's look through. About the speaker, I have already told you about me. In case you want to know about me more, you can just go to Google and type M. Irfat. All right, just type M. Irfat. You'll have thousands of things to read about me. There are thousands and thousands of students who have written about how I have been, I have been mentoring them and how we have attained success together. Our association, we work with some of the top brands and top content providers and institutions from around the world. IMA is the Institute of Management Accountants, one of the oldest body for management accountant in the world today. AICPA, again, the world's largest accounting body today. Do you know which is the second largest accounting body in the world? The first is AICPA, which is the second largest accounting body in the world, in case you know. Northstar Academy. So Northstar Academy brings the world of finance, accounting, and management accounting opportunities and courses for you. We are the only edtech in India which works exclusively in F&A domain. We work with some of the giants in the industry. We work with a lot of corporates and lot of Fortune 500 companies. In addition, we work extensively with top universities in India, including Christ University, St. Joseph's, Christy Jayanti, LPU, SP, and lot more. We are here today to tell you about CMA and CPA, and that's why this Becker becomes very significant. Becker is one of the most prominent content providers in the world today for CMA and CPA courses. For both these courses, if you look at it closely, Becker carries more than 85% market share, and we are an exclusive partner for Becker here in India. And through our programs, through our collaboration with Becker, we bring all this content at a very, very affordable price here for Indian students. And we are so glad that we were able to make it through. If you just go to Becker website and check out their content for CMA and CPA, they are almost 2 to 3 times than what we charge here in India through our collaboration. We have been able to successfully do it to bring down the cost of our CPA and CMA aspirants. Where do you want to see yourself in the next year? Now, this is the question that at one point in time I used to ask myself. And I'm sure all of you aspiring people have similar questions, which is perfectly fine. That's an awakening question, actually. And if you want to progress, I always say it is not about CMA or CPA or anything. It is about you, and it is about your upskilling. If you want to grow faster in your corporate ladder, you have to ensure that you acquire new skills, new qualification, new certification every 3 to 5 years. Even if you have 10 years, 15 years of work experience, if you are doing it, you will not have to wait to get growth. Your new knowledge, your new experience, your new certification is going to take you to the next higher level. If you are suffering, if you are seeing any challenges, stagnating career is one challenge, stuck in the same job profile, you are not excited what you are doing, you want to change your position, you want to change your hierarchy, you want to change to a new vertical, for any such thing, upskilling is the quickest and the most assured answer today. We have a lot of, when we talk about this, there are a lot of students who get confused when there are so many professional courses. There is CMA, there is CPA, there is CIA, there is CFA. There are so many professional courses. You just get confused. Now the question is, before I go to this slide, I want to ask all of you. Today, any of you who have done research about CMA, CPA, ACCA, CIMA, FRM, CFA, any of you who have done research, let me know in the comment before I go further into it.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. There's a slight network issue. Meanwhile, we'll be taking you through who's Northstar and what do we do. Right? Let's get started. This is our story. Northstar Academy has been a pioneer in finance and accounting edtech spaces. We take care end-to-end classes, right from online hybrid model of classes and also classroom training. And these are our guiding principles. We take care of the college partnerships and also the community and also the live interactive classes for the retail students. And we train through live. There is, like I mentioned, we also have on-demand customized training programs and interactive programs. We have been one of the leaders in, creating the future finance and accounting students. So we follow a new method that is, we train our students via live interactive classes and modern LMS, and also with highly qualified and experienced instructors. These are some of our training programs. We train for CMA, USA, CPA, ACCA, FRM, CFA, CIA, EA, and other programs. And these have been our top associations. We have been associated with AICPA for CPA, Becker, IMA, ACCA, GLAIM, Wiley, Kaplan, BPP. We also, support the corporate for HTD model, where we train the students and get them placed in the multinational companies. For few roles that we help the companies to get our students placed is US taxation, US audit, CPA, CCA, and many more. We also take care of the L&D team. That is basically we take students bulk from the corporates and we help them in upskilling. This has been our community and this is our awards. And some of our students' feedback. And I would also like to showcase the recent results.
Padma, you can continue.
Yes, sir. Just a moment, sir. This have been some of our recent CMA results. These are only part 1 qualified students, so we can also see some of the students scoring 400, and plus. These are all single, part 1 qualified students, and this is part 2 who have qualified only part 2 year. And these are both the parts qualified. So our recent highest marks was scored by Ananda Venkatesan, and he had secured 440 in part 1 and 460 marks out of 500 in his part 2. So like this, we have students who doesn't just score 360 marks, but they just go beyond with our curriculum and with our impactful classes. So these are few more students, and there are many more students who qualified. And these are some of our successful placements. And our alumni work in one of the top Big Fours and Fortune 500 companies. Yes, sir. I think you can continue, sir.
Yeah, Padma, thank you so much. So we were talking about the confusion. Sometimes I see a lot of students getting confused that there are so many professional courses today. Which one should I pursue? Which one is going to be a good value addition? Which one is going to be a good match for you? I'm sure many of you have done this research because, if you have done it, I'm sure you would have got some clarity as to which one is a good match for you, right? Today, I'm going to talk about how do you choose a right course for you. Because if you have understood if it is a right match for you, I'm sure you are going to pursue it. Remember, when it comes to professional course, commitment is very important. And if you realize you have got into a wrong course, something that you did not want to, something that is not a very good match for you, I'm sure you are going to drop in between. Any professional course, trust me, any professional course is going to add value to your profile. If and only if you have successfully completed it. Unless you have successfully completed any professional course, it is going to be of no significance at all. So be it small, be it big, completion is the key. A simplest example I can tell you is CA, Chartered Accountancy, a very rigorous program. And you must have seen hundreds and thousands of CAs in your own life. And if they have completed CA, of course, their value proposition changes completely. But if they are CA Inter, CA Foundation, or CA Final, even if one group completed, it does not add value. They don't command that salary in the industry today. The reason is very simple. They have not been able to complete it, or they have not completed it yet. Exactly the same rule goes with any professional course. So I'm going to tell you the 5 parameters based on which you should decide. The first thing is, The first thing and the most important thing is what I say is the syllabus. What is the syllabus? What are you looking forward to? Because syllabus will give you the right skills. Are you interested in auditing? Are you interested in accounting? Are you interested in finance? Are you interested in financial modeling? Are you interested in investment banking? What are you interested in? And these syllabus are going to define whether you can acquire those knowledge, those skills, and get placed in those right opportunities. The second and the very important thing is what is the timeline you are looking at. Now, this timeline is very, very critical, because if you are running a marathon, the strategy has to be different. If you are running a sprint, then the strategy has to be different. Now, based on how far you are running, your strategy needs to change. So are you looking at a short term? Are you looking at a medium term? Or are you looking at a long term? Looks like I'm talking about some investments. Yes, it is indeed an investment. Investment in the most important person you know in your life. And that has to be you. So that is very important. This is a very important investment that you are doing for yourself. And trust me, it is going to give you much, much, much higher returns than any other investment you can think of. So, timeline. Third thing, of course, money we are not going to pluck. So, investments. How much money are you willing to invest? Both time and money are the two investments that is very critical here to decide what is the possible outcome going to be. If you are committed in both, the possible outcome is going to be huge. Huge, something that you defined, something that you planned, and something that you dreamt of. The next thing is how many parts, how many subjects are you willing to study, or how many papers are you willing. This is again a very critical point, because like I said, if you are studying going for CA, you are having 20 papers, you must complete all the 20 to gain success. If you are going for ACCA 13 papers, you must complete all the 13. If you are going for CMA CPA, likewise 6 and 4 and 2, you must complete all these papers to gain success. Incomplete thing is not going to add significant value at all. So papers are very, very important. The next is how much time can you put for study hours? This is very, very critical for working professionals. How much study time can you put in? Now, based on these parameters, I want to explain to you each of these programs. Let me take you back. CMA has a syllabus. It has a very wide syllabus. It covers accounting, management accounting, finance, or internal auditing, decision making, and capital budgeting. It also talks about analysis, where we understand financial statement analysis to take decision whether we should invest, not invest. So this broadly is the entire course is relevant for a middle level managerial position, for a decision making position. If you look at CPA, CPA has the entire paper revolves around taxation, auditing, accounting, and your costing and decision making. So it has some portion of costing, some portion of finance as well, but it is core into accounting, auditing, and taxation. That's a core area of CPA. If you look at ACCA, it is into accounting. If you look at CMA, it is into management accounting. If you look at FRM, it is into finance, and CFA continues to be into finance. If you look at the number of papers, CMA has 2 parts and CPA has 4 parts. ACCA has 13, CMA has 4 levels, and this has 2 levels, and CFA has 3 levels. If you look at the timeline, how much timeline will it take? CMA is going to take 6 to 9 months to complete. CPA is going to take 12 to 16 or maximum 15 to 18 months to complete. 12 to 15 is a very realistic. If you want to take it very much on the higher side, 12 to 18 months to complete. ACCA would take around 36 months. CMA would take around 36 months. FRM would take around 18 to 24 months to complete. And CFA would take around 36 months to complete. Now, why am I talking about months here? Because this is the most important part of the journey. If you are committed, if you think that you can be committed for the next 36 months, or the next 12 months, or the next 18 months, whatever period you think you can devote to studies, then go for such courses. But in case you think, no, I have not been studying for a good time now, I don't want to commit myself for such long period, then I would definitely not recommend a very long-term program for you. Because unless you are certain that you can be committed, it's not going to give you results. As an institution, as an edtech company, we cannot take your enrollment unless we see that you are confident that you are going to commit to us the timeline that we are looking at, because we very sincerely work towards creating results, and that's our forte actually. So in terms of investment, if you look at CMA takes the least amount of investment, and the highest becomes for CFA. CFA is the most expensive course today. Is it good? Answer is yes, it's a very good course, but generally I recommend CFA for people who already are professionals, who already have got a very significant professional qualification, because they are already growing. If you are already growing and you have a professional qualification, even if you take up a course which is going to take 36 months or a little longer than that, it's okay, because you already have something in your hand to solve the present situation. Otherwise, imagine, we all want to grow. We definitely don't want to grow like this. Definitely. We want to grow like this, or if possible, like this. At least I always say, dream of growing like a y-axis. Dream of growth like a y-axis. Now, y-axis kind of a growth, if you are dreaming of, you have to do things which are quite different than everybody else. And the most important thing that you can do is, of course, be efficient at work, be confident of what you do, and be super skilled, super smart. And that is possible only if you have attained great knowledge and understanding of the subject that you work in. And that is possible through constant upskilling. Now, if you dream of this, if not this, at least we'll achieve this, right? Something we are going to achieve. If you dream of the stars, you get onto the sky, right? We have always heard that. If you dream of the stars, you get onto the moon at least, right? Which is farther. Yeah, star is definitely much away from us, right? So this is the actual career plan that I advise, I recommend. Now, based on this, you can choose which one is suitable for you. My advice is, if you are starting, not just because today I'm taking a webinar on CMA and CPA, but even when I take a webinar on CFA, FRM, or other trainers, other faculty, other mentors take webinar on CMA, on FRM, on CFA, on ACC, we always say that if you are starting after a long gap, if you are a fresher, if you are just starting, just looking out for opportunity, start for something which is going to quickly solve your problem. Start with something which can, in the next 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, it can solve your problem and get you a very exciting placement. Because the beginning of the journey, if your beginning is awesome, your growth, your progression, your future is going to be great. But if your beginning is very stagnating, very slow, you started with a very basic package, then your growth is also going to be slow. Your package is also going to be not so appealing. I'm sure all those from the industry would agree to this, because the next package in most cases depends upon your previous salary. But if your previous salary has been good because you got your first job with a professional qualification, like one of our students, just last week we were talking about, we were just having a discussion with him, and he said the first job that he has landed is with PwC as a CMA. And the salary package is almost double than what other students are getting today. Imagine normal students start with a first package of 3 lakh something, and you start with 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 7 lakh something. It is going to make a difference to your future as well. And just 6 to 9 months. And that's it. Isn't it worth it? Answer is, yes, definitely, I think. So I want to just take you through one of our student who just landed up with an opportunity. with PwC. There are many students. We are just wanting to play this short clip for you because this is just happened last week. There are many students who have got opportunities like this, but of course, we can't play all of them today, but just a very small clip we would want to play. Imran, Padma, can we play this?
Yes, sir, we are playing this.
In the meantime, let me take you through the okay. Padma, can you moderate it?
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm visible.
Yes, Rakshak, you are visible and you are cute. So, Rakshak is, another student who have successfully, done beautifully, and he's also from St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, and the college that I thought that I should be studying. So I envy Rakshak because he's studying in the college that I had dreamt of studying. So yes, Rakshak.
So, hello, everyone. Hello, sir. Hello, dear Padma. I'm Raksha Kapoor, and I'm a student of St. Xavier's College, and I'll be about to pass this month. So, this is my last month in college. And about this story, like how I joined it was very amazing. Sir just had come and we just in a webinar, and I attended the webinar, and from that day itself I fell in love with sir's the way he teaches, and that is the day when I decided that I must do CMA. And as I had already said this earlier, when this is not the end of my journey with Northstar. This is just the beginning, because after CMA, I'll be, doing CPA and all other courses with sir. And I only have two main suggestions to everyone. Just listen to sir. Okay, just listen to how he teaches, and just like he's your girlfriend, just as if listen to him as your girlfriend is speaking. And second is just practice. And there's no other secret success formula for passing the CMA exam. And if you ask my experience, like how I prepared, of course, I'll have a different way of preparing. Like I've been in college, and while studying only, I decided to study for the CMA, and then I decided to pass. And with studies, I find it's pretty easier because I was doing BCom honors, and the course is quite similar, being management, accounting, and other finance courses. And it hardly takes around 9-12 months to pass the exam if you only listen to sir and do nothing else. Like I was also, going through the chat. I think Miss Deepa, yes, she had written that, sir, whether your
So this particular student is placed in, with PwC now, and and of course he's just about to finish his college. So much before college, also once you have completed the CMA program, it is going to, of course, help you a lot. Now coming to this CMA and CPA, which one is going to be a good match for you? Now this is a $1 million question that we come across always. Which one for me? My answer is very simple. Till 2023, in fact 2022 rather, I always said go for CMA first. I always said go for CMA first. Only in 2023 I am recommending go for CPA first. You may be surprised, and you may ask me why this change has happened only in 2023. Am I going to speak the same language in 2024? Answer is no. Just for this year, I recommend that go for CPA. That is going to be a much better option. The reason, I will tell you the reason. The reason is the CPA evolution which has happened. This is the reason which I am going to talk about. All right. the evolution which has happened in the CPA world and why it has become very, very important for all of you. All right. So coming back to CMA and CPA, remember CMA has just 2 parts, and same 2 parts are covered in CPA as well. So whatever you are studying here, you are going to study here, and another 2 more parts you are going to study. So whatever you study in CMA, exactly same thing you are going to study in CPA. Whatever you are studying in CPA, exactly same thing you are going to study in CMA as well. And that's why there is a very important synergy at play. And if you look at our students' background, Rakshak and many, many more students, they are all who have joined us immediately after their class 12, they've all completed their CMA much before their graduation. Rakshak had joined in second year, and they completed much before they came out from college. And now they are all looking forward to CPA. The reason for choosing CMA is because CPA, the minimum eligibility is you should be graduate. But for that, you have 2 options: waste time and do nothing, or just wait, or do something else. He chose to do something else, which is CMA. By the time he is done with his graduation, he is placed into a good company, and now since he will have the eligibility, he can confidently pursue CPA as well. And just 2 years of hard work, and then life is never going to be the same again. If you look at the career opportunities, if you look at the job opportunities for CPA today, with just 5 to 7 years of work experience as a CPA in India, you are currently getting a salary of more than 30 LPA, more than 30 lakhs per annum in India itself. If you look at the Middle East, or if you look at US, your minimum average salary is going to be close to $60,000 to $70,000, which is close to 50 to 70 lakh rupees. That's an amount of money that a CPA are being paid with that kind of an experience, and that's a good amount of money. So CMA has 2 parts. CPA has 2 additional parts. If you are done with CMA, CPA is going to be very simple, and if you are done with CPA, CMA is going to be very, very easy for you. Career opportunities. To take you through and tell you more about career opportunities, I would like to introduce you to our placement manager, Sitara here, who works with Northstar as a placement manager. She has placed thousands of students in her career, and let us hear directly from her. Over to you, Sitara.
Yeah, thank you so much, Irfit. So hi guys, I'm actually the placement manager at Northstar Academy. So yes, I would love to hear from you if you have any questions.
Hi, Sitara.
Yeah, hi.
Well, hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Myself, Imran, and I'm handling the counseling team out here at Northstar Academy. Well, Sitara, I have in the last 1 week, I have come across with a couple of questions over the email and over the chat. I would like to put those questions to you. Even all the attendees out there in the webinar, if you have any questions on the placement, please make use of the chat. Where it can be answered by the by Sitara. So Sitara, we would like to understand that the inquiries what we're receiving. Okay, so based upon that, recent inquiries.
Okay.
How many rounds of interviews would be there in our placement cell? Whether irrespective of Big Four or top MNCs.
So ideally, you're going to have like 3 rounds of interview. All right. So the first is going to be, when you talk about the first, interview round, it's going to be an online assessment, right? The second is going to be a face-to-face round, and third one is going to be basically a salary negotiation round, right? So as for the terms, and some company will have a kind of fixed packages, salary packages based on the profile. Some companies wherein it's open to negotiate as well. So you're going to have ideally 3 rounds of interview.
Okay. So, and what about the pursuing students while pursuing CMA, CPA, or ACCA, or EA, any kind of these certification courses? While pursuing, can we get the placement, and how promising that would be, and what would be the packages, and what would be the designations we may get even if you are pursuing, let's say a graduation BCom, and like at the same time I'm pursuing CMA or CPA. So what kind of chances I may get, in terms of placement and how?
See, that's a very good question, Imran. So basically, first, when you talk about a person who is doing a graduation, right? So when they are there in the final year, they will have an internship or the campus placements, right? So if in case you have already doing these professional courses, it adds an added value to your profile. So if you're just a graduate, you're pursuing only the graduation, and the salary packages what the companies, when they come for the campus placement, they just offer you somewhere about 2.5 to 3, right? But if you have this qualifications wherein you're pursuing, say in case you have cleared one paper, right? So in when they come down for the campus placement, so if you're looking out for the internship, so in case instead of 2.5 as the salary package what the companies offer you, you will be offered somewhere about 4.5 to 5 lakhs of package, right? And that is the difference. When a person is pursuing his graduation and he's looking out to pursue this professional qualifications, that's an added value that he will have. Okay. And in case a person has cleared one paper after the graduation, he's looking out for an opportunity to work with the companies. Basically, he can work with the Be Free, Integrity, PwC, KPMG. They all have a lot of opportunities right now. If you have heard, there's a lot of articles which is being published, right? There's a lot of requirement for accounting professionals right now. And there's also a new Deloitte office which has been opened, okay, in Pune and other location. So again, they're hiring almost about 10,000 employees, right? So there's huge requirement actually, if you talk to me about it. Yes, when you talk to me about what exactly the salary package, what they can be offered. So if they are in the internship, I mean, in case just cleared one paper and they look forward for a job placements after, like for CMA, if they have cleared one paper, they look forward for a job placement. They get offered somewhere about 3 to 4 lakhs package, right? Again, that depends on the region, the company, right? Whether it's open to negotiate and all that. And then next thing is, if in case you talk about CPA or ACC and all that, again, it depends on what profile they are in. I mean, what profile they are looking out. And if they have cleared one paper of CPA, they can definitely expect a salary package somewhere about 5 to 6 lakh.
Wonderful. And Sitara, one more question, this is valuable information now. I guess it will help others too. One more question is, because let's say, for example, we have some inquiries coming in. It was very frequent inquiries, I always find.
Okay.
Do you also develop the resumes as per to the requirement? And do you also develop the skills towards the interviews, kind of like a trial interviews, before they can get into the final interviews?
Absolutely. Yes, we do have that. We do the first level of screening from our end, right? Okay, as per the JD, we train the students or the candidates in what kind of job roles they will be getting into and how they have to, respond to them. Or you could say it's basically about soft skills, And yes, when you talk about there are a lot of resume which has to be apt to the market, right? As per the company standards, the resume has to be forwarded. So we actually do that. Our internal team, we have like RPO team, we take care about it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Sudhara. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Imran. Thank you, Imran, for this one. It is very much needed. Creating resumes, working on resumes, making them look appealing and relevant to the company is very important, and that's what we do at the resume screening session when we have with the student. All right. One is already a good package. Does a switch look like? So there's a question. Again, it starts in terms of package from a fresh level. Whenever you are making a domain shift, of course, there is a compromise that you have to do. If you are already on a very high package, it is generally challenging. It is not, going to be simple. It is generally challenging. But if you want to make a switch, you have to make a switch. And the earlier you make, the better it is going to be for you. Okay, one last question before I get started again. I completed my IPCC Group 1 and Articleship Group 2 still pending, not able to clear. Will CMA be a very good option? Good option. My age is 30 now, completed my BCom and MCom also. If you have completed your CA articleship and also one group of IPCC, I would highly recommend you to go for CPA, all right, instead of CMA. I would advise you to go for CPA because you are coming from a CA background. You will be able to find the subjects very relevant and very matching to what you have already done. I'm advising this because I want you to achieve something that is very, very parallel to CA and in the shortest possible time. I'm sure you will not get disappointed with my advice once you are done with it. All right. So because there are many students, many students, CPA continues to be the #1 choice to many students who are already chartered accountants or who are pursuing CA currently, right? Because of the synergy that the syllabus has. Whatever you have studied in CA, exactly same thing is there in CPA also. So that's going to help you a lot. All right. Career opportunities. There are a lot of career opportunities in India for you, not just in India, but from across the world. As a CMA, as a CPA, you can go to any part of the world today and you will be able to grab an opportunity. If you look at our student profile, we have students from 34 plus countries today. Means CMAs and CPAs are very, very well accepted. You may ask me, sir, why not from more countries? These are all English speaking countries, all right? Almost most of the English speaking countries we are connected to today with our students. I'm sure you may be also having this confusion. Should I go for CMA? Should I go for CPA? Which one is going to be a good match for you? Let me answer you this question. My colleague just now told you that a salary package of a CMA is little different compared to a salary package of a CPA. Naturally, CMA has two parts. You have got knowledge of two specific areas, but CPA has 4 parts. You have got knowledge, of course, deeper into accounting, deeper into auditing and taxation as well. So the commitment, the time, the investment that you do are little different. And that's why even the salary comes different. One more reason for a good package for both these programs are the deficiency of these professionals in the market. There are very scarcity of these professionals today in the market, and that's why the industry is willing to pay you a premium to have you with them. Now, if you look at these qualifications, both these qualifications are quite good for you. But if you ask me, how do I make those choices? How do I make those choices? Just 2 minutes from now, I will tell you how to make those choices. About corporate alliances, we have worked with a lot of MNCs, a lot of corporates in India, and also constantly expanding our reach to other parts of the world to help students get global opportunities as well, as and when it comes. But both these programs comes up with a placement assurance from Northstar, but that is currently limited to Indian placements. Our association, we work with AICPA, Becker, Wiley, Gleim, Kaplan, Switzer, BPP, and a lot more. All these are the #1 content providers in their own domain. If you look at Becker, they are the #1 for CMA and CPA. If you look at Gleim, they are the #1 for EA and CIA. All right. If you look at Kaplan, CFA, and FRM, they are the #1 players in the world. If you look at BPP, they are #1 for ACCA. If you look at Wiley, they are #1 for executive programs. All right, we run some of the executive programs with the top B schools in India, including XLRI. All right, so these are all some of the biggest industry leaders in the market today. Comprehensive program. I will answer all your questions. Just allow me some time. I'll answer all your questions. Our comprehensive training, whether you join for CMA, CPA, or any other course, we ensure, because we have almost 70% of our students come from corporate background till today. And the remaining 30% are college students who are already undergoing college education. We can't add to their burden already. They're already working, they're already studying full time. We can't add to their challenges. So we seamlessly try to make it happen through our comprehensive program. In our comprehensive program, we will start all our lectures from the basics. So whether you know accounting, you know finance, you know costing, or you know nothing about it, you are an engineer or you are an arts background student, you don't have to worry, because all our lectures will start from the basics of it. You can be rest assured that no background knowledge will be required for you. Comprehensive training. We are not going to leave anything to chance. We provide a comprehensive training for CMA and CPA here. So you don't have to worry whether it comes to practical questions, conceptual, theoretical, or case study. We are going to solve everything right here in the class. All that you will be expected to do is revise them frequently. And that is the only efforts that we require from you, constant revision. And that's all, because we are not going to leave anything to chance at all. Placement assistance. When it comes to placement, you leave it on us. Once you have passed this program, placement will be on us for all these programs. Let me take you through CMA program. Let me take you through the syllabus of it and why this is so prominent. And then I will talk about how do you decide which one is going to be a good match for you. If you look at CMA exam structure and syllabus, part one has external financial decision. So you learn about IFRS and you learn about US GAAP here. Planning, budgeting, forecasting, you learn about how do you forecast, how do you assess future to understand what is the performance going to be, how do you budget for your future, cost management to understand how to cost a product, what should be the price, how to remain competitive, how to take short-term decisions, whether to accept an order, not to accept an order, and of course, performance management, because as a in a middle-level managerial position, you will have a team to oversee, and you also need to have skills to evaluate their performance, evaluate their KPIs. And here we are going to learn all of it. Technology and analytics is an added advantage in the new syllabus because we are moving fast towards technology and analytics, and you should be up to date with latest skills in the tech sector. In addition, you are also going to learn about internal control, because when you are working in the middle-level managerial position, you may also be interacting directly with the audit committee or the statutory auditors of the company, the CPAs, the CAs of the company. In that case, having a good knowledge about internal control plays a very significant role. If you look at the part 2 syllabus, it is core finance paper. It's a core finance paper wherein you learn extensively about finance, financial statement analysis, where you learn how to evaluate a company's performance. How do you understand if you should invest in the company? How do you understand how stock market works? How the financial statements are analyzed to take decisions if you should invest or you should hold your investments in those companies or you should exit that company. All these analysis we are going to learn here in part 2. Risk management. How to manage your risk. Should you go ahead? Should you not go ahead? Should you mitigate your risk? What are the strategies that you should follow for risk management? Very, very important area. Investment decision, again, is a very, very, very important area wherein you learn how do you evaluate investments. Should you invest? Should you not invest? How much to invest? How do you create a portfolio for yourself? How do you evaluate a particular project? How do you calculate the IRR of the project, the NPV, the PI, the discounted payback? All of these here in investment decisions. Professional ethics, again, an important area, because as a professional you must behave with certain ethics, and this area is going to be a guiding light for us. Corporate finance. Should you raise money through equity? Should you raise money through debt? Should you go for preference stock, or should you go for bank loan? Or maybe you go for issuing bonds, debentures. What source of funding should you be looking out for? All of it you are going to learn in corporate finance. And decision analysis is one very important area which gives you the maximum salary opportunities, because decision making is one such skills that AI cannot do. For decision making, we need humans, we need human intelligence, and we need humans' brain. And that is why once we have these qualifications and skills, we are non-replaceable. Even AI can't replace us. Remember, AI is a threat, but not to us. If you look at the CPA exam structure, it has just 4 parts. Just 4 parts and done. Isn't that great? The first part is FAR, Financial Accounting and Reporting. Basically, accountancy is what we learn. If you are coming from BCom background, if you are coming from CA Inter background, you have already studied 75% of the syllabus. Trust me, you already know 75% of the FAR syllabus. The only 25% will be new for you because these are little different, what is not covered generally in the Indian syllabus. All right. So 75% you already know with your background. If your background is BCom, BBA, or CA, CS, ICWA, any of such background, you already know. Even if your background is, background is little basic accounting, that is going to be good enough because here we will consolidate those knowledge. The next paper is BC. BC is one such paper which is considered to be the easiest of all. This particular paper has more than 70% average passing percentage year on year. Now, this paper was considered to be the lifeline of the CPA exam till 2023. Now, after 2023, this paper is getting discontinued. And this is why I have been pushing and motivating all the students who aspire to do CPA to take up this paper in 2023 itself, because starting 2024, this paper will get discontinued. If you have passed this paper right now, in this year itself, you don't have to worry about this paper at all tomorrow again. All that you have to do is enroll and pass this paper, because once this paper discontinues, there are 3 additional papers which are going to come in place of this. And these 3 are the optional papers. You can choose any of the 3 optional papers. And since it is going to be new, we as mentors also do not know what would be the average passing percentage in those 3 papers. All right. So that's why I've been motivating students to take up this paper, because this, once you have passed, your entire CPA journey is going to be very, very relaxed and peaceful. Not just that, once you have passed this paper, normally you get 18 months to pass all the remaining 3 papers. Once you pass one paper, you get 18 months to pass the remaining 3 papers. But during this transition period, if you have passed this paper, you will get 10 months, 10 months, and 10 months. You will get 30 months to pass the remaining 3 papers. 30 months to pass the remaining 3 papers. So if you are very busy at work, don't worry, you will get a very long time, more than 2 years to pass the remaining 3 papers. Really? Can you not pass one paper every 10 months? 10 months. Isn't that a very long time? During this transition period, you can take advantage of this 30 months. Otherwise, the period was 18 months, which is definitely, compared to 30 is definitely shorter period, right? So this is what you are, going to get. Now, when it comes to the eligibility, now understand CMA salary and CPA salary is definitely a little different. So question is, how do you choose which should you go for? Which one should you go for? CMA or CPA? Which one should you go for? Let me tell you a simple rule. It all depends upon eligibility for 2023. It all depends upon your eligibility. If you are immediately eligible, I would always advise you to go for CPA in 2023. Remember, in 2024, my statement would change. But in 2023, my statement is intact. Go for CPA. Go for CPA. Go for CPA if you already have the eligibility. In case you don't have the eligibility, in that case, look out for bridge course immediately. Look out for bridge course. In case that also, that is 100% possible, but in case with bridge course also you are not eligible, then go for CMA in 2023. This advice is slightly different than what I always would be telling and always was telling. Because of the CPA evolution which is happening, the change in syllabus is happening, the extension of period which is happening. Otherwise, my advice always remains, go for CMA. It is much affordable compared to CPA, and it has lesser content to study, lesser commitment, lesser timeline, of course, greater chance of success compared to, here CPA, because CPA has 4 papers, here 2 papers done. Here 2 papers done, not done. Another 2 has to be done. That's how it is. Otherwise, my advice remains same. Now, question is, what is the eligibility requirement? What is the eligibility requirement that you have to do? I will take you through, but before that, let me take you through the exam window. CMA exam window is simple. January, February is one window, May, June is another, and September, October is the third exam window in which you can write the exams. You can choose to write the exam in any of these windows. The window that we are currently taking admissions for is September, October window. So all those of you who are joining would be writing your exam in the month of September, October for CMA. And which part would we be starting? So we start with part 1, naturally. So part 1 exam you will be writing in the month of September, October. Part 2 you will be writing in the month of January, February. And by next year, February, you are done. You're done with CMA. When it comes to CPA, 365 days is an exam window. You can write exam on any of these 365 days. Any of these 365 days, you can write the exam. All right. So you don't have to wait for any day, any auspicious day, any day that you believe is auspicious, you can write the exam on that day. Like I wrote my exam on October 23rd. Why? Because that's my birthday. So I thought, why not make it memorable? Write it on your birthday. So I wrote my exam on 23rd October when I wrote it, right? So like that, you can create a memory. You can write on your birthday, on your anniversary, on some other memorable day. If you are single, you can even create memory by writing it on 14th of February and creating memory. Yeah, being single but creating memory, still creating memory. Yeah, so that's such an amazing idea. So why didn't you write on 14th February? You could have also created memory. Yeah, no, I was not single. So anyways, so coming back to this CPA bridge course, you can go for CPA bridge course in case you are not immediately eligible for CPA. Now, through CPA bridge course, the journey is going to be quite simple. Remember, to do CPA, the minimum eligibility is that you should have 120 credits. 120 credits you should be having. Remember, you get 90 credits from your BCom or BBA. 90 credits you get from your 3 years of graduation in BCom or BBA. Another 30 credits you would get if you have done your graduation from a NAC A college. All right, from a NAC A college, if you have done your graduation, you get another 30 credits. If you have done from a NAC A college, there's a website through which you can get all the list of colleges, your colleges, and check out if your college falls in the NAC A category. In case it falls, you would already have 120 credit hours if you have already completed your graduation. In case you have not completed your graduation, or you are in the first year, second year, or third year, then you would not be eligible immediately to do CPA. In that case, you can go for CMA immediately. Otherwise, in case you are not from a NAC A college, you would get 90 credits, another 30 to 60 credits. 30 to 60 credits you can get through an MCom or MBA program. Remember, you don't have to complete this MCom or MBA program immediately to become eligible with 120 credits. These programs will give you eligibility immediately upon registering for these programs. So immediately upon registering with these programs, you will get the necessary credits. that will make you eligible to write the CPA exam immediately. All right, so you don't have to worry about eligibility at all. The eligibility is a concern only when you are a UG student, you are undergoing your undergraduation. In that case, you don't have to worry at all. You complete your CMA and go for CPA a little later. It's just a matter of time. Now, if you have already are pursuing CA or already completed your MCom, you are already eligible for CPA. Go for it. You will not be disappointed because on an average, the passing percentage for CMA and CPA is much, much, much higher than most other professional courses today. If you look at CMA, the average passing percentage is close to 50%. If you look at CPA, here also the average passing percentage differs from paper to paper. BC has a very crazy passing percentage of around 70%. If you look at odd has around 62% passing percentage. So it has a very, very good passing percentage in CPA as well. All right. So there is nothing which is going to stop you. What is changing and why I'm insisting on more students? The most important change which is happening is on this paper, the BC paper. The BC paper is getting discontinued. And like if you remember, I told you this paper has very, very high passing percentage of approximately 70%. Since this paper is getting discontinued, new 3 optional papers are coming into play. You can choose information system, you can choose bar, or you can choose TCP. Any of these papers you can choose between the optional because BC paper is going to get discontinued. The remaining 3 papers are going to continue, but this paper is getting discontinued and new 3 papers which are optional, any one you can choose is going to come. Now, the challenge is whenever new syllabus comes or new options come, nobody has past experience. So it becomes like we are teaching in the dark without any past experience. No proper question, no proper syllabus are available, books takes time, and that's why it becomes difficult immediately to start with the ISC bar or the TCP paper, any of the optional papers. So that's why I am recommending this year to all the students, get onto CPA right now. You will not regret. You will not regret. Write it somewhere. You will not regret. You will love this decision that you have taken. You don't have to. Even if you are very busy at corporate, fine. We are sitting in May today. You have June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You have got 7 months. You have got 7 months to pass just one paper. Even if you go dead slow, you can still comfortably pass BC paper. Dead slow, even if you go dead slow, you can comfortably pass the BC paper. The remaining paper you can take up any time because the time period for you during the transition would be 30 months for the remaining 3 papers. That's a lot of time, trust me. What are the 3 papers? I've already told you: information system, business analysis, and tax compliances and planning. These are the 3 papers which is going to come. And this advice is not just mine. If you look at beginning this January 1st, 2024, the syllabus would have changed. And this is not just my advice. This is also the advice of Becker. So if I take you through the Becker advice, it says take BC in 2023. Take BC in 2023. This is what even Becker has been advising students across the world. I'll stop for some question answer round. In case you have any questions to be answered, feel free to ask your questions, and then I'll pass on to my colleague who is going to take us further into what modules we have, books, content, and everything. In addition, for CMA, we are the only institute in India. We are the only institute in India which provides our own books in addition to the Becker book. So this is the book that we have written for CMA. If you see, for CMA, this is a 6 books set, and this is for part 1, and there is another book which is also a 6 set books for part 2. So this is part 1 and this is part 2. Both these books are written by me. All right, and these books are more than enough much more than enough to pass both the parts of the CMA exam quite comfortably. You can go through Google, check out some of the students' review about how powerful these books are and how they have helped students to complete their exam in their very first attempt. BBA and BCom along with CMA, answer is yes, 100%. We are working with a lot of colleges which has integrated BBA with CMA. We have got a lot of colleges which has integrated BBA with CMA. There are a couple of other colleges also which has integrated BCom with CMA as well. About any scholarship, you can directly connect to our counseling team, and they would be more than glad to help you with any details about scholarship as well. All right, Imran, can you please take us, forward from here? Good option with MBA. With MBA, the best option would be CPA. Highest package, I generally refrain from talking about highest package because that misleads and misguides. I would always talk about average package because that looks promising and that looks achievable. If you have passed your C-Enter, you are immediately eligible for CPA. You are immediately eligible for CPA. Please put all your questions. You have n number of questions. Do not hesitate. Put your questions. I would be more than glad to answer you. And in case any questions I miss out, my colleague has provided my LinkedIn ID, LinkedIn credit, LinkedIn, link. You can connect to me on LinkedIn and ask me your question in case I miss to answer any of your questions. All our classes is going to be live interactive. It's going to be live interactive. We can share some links of our past lectures, past classes, just last week classes. We can send you link. You can watch them. All our classes are live. It is not recorded at all. About ACCA, yes, my colleague will be telling you in case you have any questions about ACCA. For 12 passed out students, my advice would be do not wait for a moment. Immediately go for CMA. Immediately go for CMA. You are going to transform your career. Class timings are for CPA it is Saturday and Sunday. For CMA it is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. So CMA is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. All right. And CPA is Saturday and Sunday, evening 5 to 7:30. CPA or CMA, which is good? Answer is it completely depends upon you. MBA and CMA is a good choice. Answer is yes, it is indeed a good choice. In fact, with MBA, you can also add CPA. That is also a very good choice. When is the new batch starting? So 30th of May. 30th of May, we are starting with batch, and you are invited to attend this batch. In fact, on 30th of May, we are starting with the basics fundamentals. We are starting with the basics fundamental classes, and this is going to bridge all your knowledge gap. Whatever knowledge gap you may have, this is going to bridge all your knowledge gap. And your CMA classes, first basics would start, which we call basics of finance and accounting. And from 19th of June, your regular CMA classes would start. How to register for CPA? you can connect to our team and they would do end-to-end for you. The entire onboarding, your entire registration, everything will be guided by our team right from day one. Is BSc graduate and MA Economics, I believe I have to do some bridge course to complete my CPA. Is better to join CMA than go for CPA? Answer is yes, it is going to be good to join because since you are coming from BSc graduate, I would not advise you to go into CPA directly. You may struggle in between. So it will be a very good advice for you to go for CMA first. MCOM plus CMA is a good choice. Answer is yes, it is a very good choice. But if you are already MCOM, my advice would be to go for CPA. Is CMA and CMA a good choice? Answer is it can be called as a good choice, but you tell me, you have done your BCom from Bangalore University, then you do BCom from Delhi University. Is it going to add value to your profile? In my opinion, you have your answer. If you have done your CMA, then my advice would be go for CPA. And there are a lot of discounts, offers, package that we are offering today. My colleague will be taking you through that part in just 2 minutes. Which course is better after class 12? After class 12, CMA is going to be really very good value addition. When is the new batch for CPA starting? CPA batch is already going on. You don't have to miss out. You will not miss out anything remarkable. It is already going on. You can immediately jump in and get onboarded because if you miss this, then you'll miss it. So my advice would be don't wait for anything. Jump onto the CPA batch. Whatever, there's a very little portion which has been done, and you will not miss out anything remarkably. Sir, how many average self-study hours is required for passing CMA after class 12? 2 hours of self-study and that's it. The class timings would remain same, 8:30 to 10:30. 8:30 to 10:30. Hi, Imran, can you please take us forward from here? Take us through Becker, take us through, the important areas. Other important areas are test, module, the books, the content. Can we get a job easier in abroad after CMA USA? Answer is there is nothing called easier, but yes, definitely it will be much more smoother. Can we give both part of in US CMA? Answer is you don't need to rush. It is just a matter of some time, because if you are not very well prepared, we would recommend not to appear for the exam. That is not advisable. Offline classes, answer is we are a complete online platform. All our classes are conducted live from our head office, which is Bangalore. In offline classes, yes, we are coming up with offline classes, but the only challenge with offline classes is there is always going to be local faculty, and that's a challenge. In the online classes, I am going to head the program and you will be all trained under me. 99% students that come to us, they want to be trained under me. And I cannot be everywhere. Unfortunately, I cannot be everywhere. If you want me, then online class is the only option. And trust me, one online class you attend with us, you will understand how online class can also be very exciting. I challenge you, it will be extremely exciting. And not just that, whatever fear, whatever worry you have, don't worry. We have 100% refund guarantee program. All our programs are 100% refund guarantee. So you get 1 week to apply for refund, and you don't have to pay all the money. You just need to pay an application fee. You attend 1 week classes and you can apply for refund in case you did not enjoy the class. That's a guarantee, and we will not ask any questions at all. The entire money is going to be refunded to you immediately once you claim the refund. So you don't have to worry about it. All our courses are, comes up with 100% refund guarantee. All right. What is the passing percentage in CMA USA? We have an incredible passing percentage. Whatever results that we have shown, this is only This is only May, June, sorry, this is only the January, February results that we have shared. We have not yet shared the May, June result because that has not come out, of course. So the results what we have shared is a January, February result. All right, we have a very incredible passing percentage ranging between 78 to 83%. That's one of the highest in the industry today. In fact, almost double the global passing percentage. What's the fees? I would like to join. Anil Kumar. I've taken admission. I have taken admission in USCP. I would like to join CMA. You can connect to our team. My team would get back to you with further information. God, of course. Can we attend the classes from 30 after just application registration without doing loan procedure? Answer is yes, you get 1 week time to do that. If you have done chemical engineering, my advice to you to be to go for CMA. Hi Imran, can you please take us forward from here?
Sure, sir. Thank you very much.